In today's video, we're going to follow Josh's journey as he builds his very first business from the ground up. I'll guide you through the steps he took to go from having an idea to launching a successful company. We'll discuss tips, real-life examples, and insights that you can apply to your own entrepreneurial journey. Attention! Grab a notebook and a pen because at the end of each step, there will be a question for you to answer right away. I hope that by the end of this video, you'll have your own business idea. Let's dive into Josh's story. Step 1. Find what you're good at. Let's start with Josh's first step, finding what he's good at. Josh didn't have a clear idea of what kind of business he wanted to start, but there was one thing he knew for sure. He wanted to do something meaningful to him. He wasn't an expert in any one thing, but he knew he had skills and passions that could help others. Josh began by asking himself a simple question. What am I good at? What do I know more about than the average person? And more importantly, what do I love doing? For Josh, it wasn't just about being the best at something. It was about discovering a skill or talent he could use to create value for people. You might be thinking, but I'm not a genius at anything. That's okay. This isn't about being the absolute best. It's about finding a skill or knowledge that you can leverage to help others. One day, Josh remembered how much he enjoyed teaching his friends how to cook healthier meals. They always asked for his advice, and it made him feel good. This spark of interest became the foundation for his business idea: healthy meal planning and cooking guides. Think about Bill Gates. He didn't just create Microsoft out of thin air. He built it from his deep understanding of software and programming. Bill Gates leveraged his skills, passion for technology, and the opportunities he encountered. Questions for you. What am I good at? What do I love doing? What skills or knowledge do I have that others might pay for? Step 2. Identify what problem you're trying to solve. Let me tell you this. The bigger the problem you solve, the bigger your business potential. Every successful business started with one simple question. What problem can I solve for people? Now that Josh had an idea, it was time to think about the problem he was solving. Josh realized that while he loved cooking, he was also addressing a problem. So many people struggle with eating healthy, especially when they're busy. The problem was clear, and Josh could help by providing easy-to-follow meal plans for people who didn't have time to figure it all out on their own. Josh understood that the bigger the problem you solve, the bigger your business can grow. So he decided to build his business around convenience, helping people save time while eating healthy. Why do people buy products? It's simple. They buy solutions to their problems. Take Uber, for example. They didn't just build an app to call a cab, they solved the problem of unreliable and expensive taxi rides. Questions for you. What problem can I help solve? How can I make people's lives easier or more enjoyable with my expertise? Step 3. Identify your target market and do market research. You've got your idea, but who are you selling to? The key is market research. You can't just assume everyone will love your product. You need to know exactly who your target market is and how to reach them. Josh did some research and realized his ideal customer wasn't just anyone. Josh figured out that his target market was young professionals who care about their health but lack the time. Gary Vaynerchuk often talks about the importance of focusing on your niche and understanding your audience. He didn't try to create a product for everyone, and neither should you. Let's say you're starting a fitness coaching business. Your market might be busy professionals who want quick workouts, or maybe it's students who need affordable meal plans. It may seem like a small market, but trust me, there are millions of people who have that problem. Question for you. Who exactly is my target market? Step 4. Have a very solid business plan. Now, let's talk about the business plan. Many new entrepreneurs think they can skip this step. It doesn't need to be 50 pages long, but it should outline the core elements of your business. Once Josh had his idea and target market, it was time to create a business plan. Josh's business plan wasn't long, but it was detailed. It included an executive summary, financial projections, marketing strategies. Josh thought about how much money he'd need to get started. For him, it was about setting aside funds for a website, some initial advertising, and basic kitchen equipment. He didn't need everything at once, but he mapped out the essential costs. The point here is that you don't need to overcomplicate things, but having a roadmap is crucial. Josh's business plan helped him stay focused and measure his progress. Ask yourself, what's a brief overview of my idea? How much would I need to start? And how much do I expect to make in the first year? Be realistic. How will I reach my target market? Step 5. Set realistic goals and be prepared for worst-case scenarios. Josh was ready to set some goals, but here's the thing. He knew he wasn't going to become a millionaire overnight, so he broke his goals down. Short-term goal: launch the website and get his first 10 customers. Mid-term goal: start generating consistent income within 6 months. Long-term goal: expand his meal guide business to a subscription model and hire a small team. But Josh didn't just focus on the wins, he also planned for setbacks. Things don't always go as planned, and Josh was prepared to handle challenges. Remember what Warren Buffett says: risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. By having contingency plans, you can mitigate risks and adapt quickly when things go wrong. Questions for you. What is your short-term goal? What is your mid-term goal? What is your long-term goal? Step 6. Legal setup. While this step is optional, you should at least consider it. You don't want to run into legal trouble down the line. And there you have it. 6 essential steps to starting your first business. Remember, the best businesses are the ones that solve problems. Every great business starts with a single step. So, what's your next step?